Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Guys, it's time. It's time for the second leg against Real Madrid. I've not watched my team in the Champions League semi-final since 2009. This could be the first time in almost 20 years that we've made a Champions League semi-final. This is not like usual territory for us. Like not many Arsenal fans have experienced anything like this. Like this is not anywhere usual for us at all. And it's very usual for Real Madrid. They've always made semi-finals. They've always made finals. So this is very usual for them. Let's be honest. So they've made comebacks before. They have. And listen, if you see what their players have been saying, let's take a look at what Madrid have been up to these past few days. It's been absolutely crazy. I've been so motivated by their quotes. It's absolutely crazy. So this is what Real Madrid have been up to. Let's take a look at this. Fede Valverde, Vinicius, Mbappe, and Bellingham spoke in the locker room, and after the match against Arsenal, after the match against Arsenal, they made it clear that they will stage a comeback. Everyone started to applaud. Like these two guys spoke, and everyone stood up and started to applaud. Like this is some motivational. You know what? This is absolutely motivational. Like everyone, not just one person, everyone stood up and applaud. Wow, it's very inspiring. Let's take a look at another one. Breaking. Real Madrid are preparing an emotional, motivational video that they will play to the players on Wednesday night, right before the Arsenal game. What is this? What in the Martin Luther King is going on here? Like, people are doing speeches and, people are doing all kinds of stuff. Now they're doing motivational videos. Like, I thought you guys told me Real Madrid don't do this stuff. I thought you guys told me Real Madrid just win. They never do this kind of stuff. It's not done. We're not done yet. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at another one. It's been one of the most tense weeks in the Real Madrid dressing room ahead of their clash against Arsenal. Jude Bellingham and Antonio Rudiger had to be separated during training as a bad tackle led to a confrontation and insults from both players. Why are we involved in that? Like, there's more. There's actually more. Wednesday. Bellingham says, "See you Wednesday, Madrid stars." Vinicius had this to say about Wednesday as well. Vinicius says, "Already thinking about Wednesday. We are ready and looking forward to it. We'll wait for you at the Bernabeu and we'll try everything. We are the Real. Hala Madrid." Wow. It's inspirational, guys. Rodrigo also had to say something about this Wednesday. Rodrigo says, "See you on Wednesday, Madrid stars. Not you'll be key, y'all be key. Come on, Madrid." Wow. Wow. Guys, in case you didn't know, the game is being played on Wednesday. In case you didn't know, Vinicius, Bellingham, and Rodrigo have told us the game is being played on Wednesday. Like this, so many motivational posts on Instagram, guys. I feel like Arsenal are the villains. I feel like I need to put on a Real Madrid shirt, travel to Spain, and play this game against Arsenal as well. Like reading all this, I'm getting motivated. I'm feeling like, yeah, we need to stop Arsenal together. We have to stop Arsenal. We have to. Never in a million years would I have thought we'd be in this position. My prediction was 2-1 against Madrid in the first leg. I never thought that we'd be here second game, 3-0 up, Real Madrid needing 4 goals to beat all their superstar players, posting, quotes and all that on Twitter and all that throughout the week, motivating themselves, fighting amongst themselves. There's even more. I've only showed you guys like 4. There was like 20 of them, like different speeches from different players. It's absolutely crazy if you think about it. But to do our job, we need to do our job. We need to make all these motivational quotes look stupid. That's what we need to do on Wednesday. And in 5 goals all of a sudden. So first question for you guys is, would you want us to play the way we played in the first leg? Like attack the game, try and score, like we did, create a few chances? Because Courtois had like 8 or 9 saves in that game. We had so many shots. Would you want us to play the same way we did on that day? Or do you want us to approach this game and just defend? Not give them any chances, just defend the whole game, have Rice and Pat in front of the defense and counterattack them, try and get a goal, because we will get chances. But they also themselves, Mbappe had a couple of plays, Vinicius had a couple of Mbappe, I think, went through, but it was offside. So Mbappe had like 3 opportunities to score in that game. should we prevent him from having those opportunities in this game? Just have a backfire backing him, have team up against Vinicius. The other side have Lewis Kelly, Tierney, whoever is starting to try and mark Rodrigo out of the game on that side. What would you guys do? Which approach would you so big game for us, probably our biggest game in the Emirates era. Maybe you'd have to go back to that Barcelona one in 2011 or something like that. It's been long since we're in this position to, go find this competition, get into a semi-final, beat the champions, the guys who've won it so many times. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't usually happen like that. And considering we were just back in the Champions League last season after missing out for like 6 years, it's been long. Real Madrid is a team that is used to being in this position. We are not. Their players are young. Yes, they don't have Ronaldo and Bale anymore, but even young players like Vinicius and Rodrigo, they've already won it twice. Bellingham has already won it. Last season, Mbappe was at PSG, but PSG themselves made the Champions League semi-final last season. So Mbappe has been in that situation. He has been in a final before. So for us, it's very, very new territory. Their coach has been in numerous Champions League finals with different teams. So for us, it's new. But we did the job in the first leg. We did the job. We dominated the game. Should have been 5-0 in that game. Madrid have been conceding a lot of goals. So, last time they conceded 2 against Valencia at the Bernabeu. They conceded 4 against Sociedad at the Bernabeu. So they do concede goals. I think Barcelona scored 5 against them. They do concede goals. I think we will score. I think we will definitely score. I'm not worried at all, actually. Going into the first leg, I was taking the approach of, let's just see what happens. I'm predicting a 2-1. This time, there's Arsenal fans who are absolutely scared. Like, oh my goodness, if they score 4 goals, could they score 4 goals? They can't. Like, the thought of it is scary. The thought of them scoring 4 goals in this game, that Thursday would be, the rest of the season would be very painful if that happened. It would be unbearable. I wouldn't be able to even come on here to talk about any football games anymore. But I am confident. I am confident it's going to be us against PSG in that semi-final, but we will need to do our job now. Unfortunately, coming into this game, not only, not having the Champions League pedigree and Real Madrid having those comebacks in their history, but injuries as well. Now, our players, we basically don't have a bench anymore. Ben White is supposed to be on the bench or maybe starting this game. He still has a knock. Jorginho, who's supposed to be on the bench for this game, he picked up an injury. He's not going to be in this team. Partey picked up a knock. We're not sure if he's going to be in this squad as well. So literally since the last game, we could have lost out on 3 players. And what kind of disaster it would be if Partey and Jorginho are both not there and Ben White is not there. Basically, we are not even allowed to park the bus because Calafiori is out, Tomias is out, Ben White is out, Gabriel is out. You only have like 5 feet defenders, and Zinchenko is better in midfield anyway. And on top of that, that means we won't have a defensive midfielder. We'd have to move Rice or Merino to that position. So, yeah, if you start trusted in this game, you don't have enough players on the bench at all, apart from literally Sterling and Nwaneri will be the only players on the bench. So it's not a good position to be in because you need everyone to have a 10 out of 10 performance. There's players who are going to play 90 minutes in this game. Players like Rice and Saliba, they're going to need a big game, another big performance from the two of them. We need Kivio to have an even better performance than he did against them last week. No mistakes. He made a few errors at the beginning of that game. Same with Saliba, same with Saka. They all made mistakes in the first 20 minutes of that game. We can't do that in this one. They're going to have their crowd there. They're going to have, they're going to turn up. They're going to, apparently do something they've never done before. That's the other one. I saw it from one of the ultra fan, whatever. We're going to do something we've never done before on Wednesday. That's what they're saying. So that's what they're going to try and do, something they've never done before. For us, we just know the job. We know how good our defense is, even with a few injuries. We've not conceded 2+ goals or more than 2 goals since we played Luton in December of 2023. We've not conceded 3+ goals in a game. That's a full year. Like if we finish this entire, it would be 2 years without conceding 3+ goals, which is incredible. I remember there's a time you're conceding 4 goals to Liverpool, 5 to Liverpool, 8 to United, 7 to Bayern, 5 to Bayern, 10 to on aggregate. Like we used to concede a bunch of goals, man. These days we don't concede that many goals. Whether we pack the bus or not, we don't concede that many goals. But whichever chances that come our way this game, we need to take those crosses from Saka in the first half, like 3-4 crosses that no one was at the end of. We need to take at least one of those chances. Like if we go and score fast in this game, then we have even like 100% advantage. Like you can just even sub off and bring on a defender and we can just pack it up and just try and kill off the game. So we will get chances in this game. I think we will score, but I have a feeling as well. We just have to do our job. If we get past Madrid, the reason I titled that video that Declan Rice has changed our lives is because if you get past Real Madrid, and knowing that we've beaten Madrid and smashed Man City 5-1 a couple of months ago, in your head you're like, okay, you've now beaten Madrid and Man City in the same season, like absolutely trashed them. Like, why should you not beat PSG? Why should you not beat? Should you not beat Madrid? Why should you not beat? All the others. You start thinking like, okay, we can beat this guy. Looking at this season, we played very well against Inter Milan, although we lost. We played really well against Man City, and we played really well against Real Madrid. Like those teams, they're like, if you can perform against those teams, imagine if you're going to beat PSG as well. Like this one would have changed our lives, knowing that okay, we can actually compete for the Champions League, because it was never something that I thought about. Like, oh man, the Champions League. We've always had it in the back of our mind, like, okay, you're definitely not going to beat Real Madrid. You're definitely not going to beat Barcelona whenever we face them. That has always been in the back of our minds, because, we've been in the Europa League and been struggling all this other part. It could happen. It could actually happen. And on top of that, being able to troll Real Madrid's Instagram post, that is funny. That is funny. But we need to do our job. If we win this game, we have something to look forward to this season. The Premier League games now basically don't matter. We just need to win a couple of more to make sure you finish second. But the rest of the games, they literally don't matter. So yeah, with this is what we're looking forward to. I didn't actually expect us to be anywhere close to the semi-final. I predicted us to get to the quarterfinal. But after that, I always thought it was going to be difficult. So let's see how it goes. What starting lineup would I go for? That's the other question. So this is what goal, David, as usual. I am going to stick with the back four, but it's going to be narrow with the wingers. So I'm going to go with Livio and Saliba. And I wish Ben White was 100% fit. Would have been really beneficial for us to even have started him and just go with the back five. And then I have gone with Declan Rice, Patton, Odegaard. Now we don't know if this game because he went off with a knock the other time. If he doesn't, he just midfield. And that's midfield. If Pat is not there, then you start to Trossard. The way you can go is maybe start Martinelli up front, and then you have maybe Tierney on the left wing. Maybe that's something you can do. I do want Saka to work so hard in this kind of game to defend, because I feel like that's part of why he picked up that injury, because he's had to do so much for us attacking and defending. We have to. We need his attacking potential whenever you counter, whenever we get any chances, and we also need him to defend on that side with Vinicius. So that's the lineup I'm going for. So yes, I've pushed them a bit back to help with the defense. Have the license to bomb for to try and help us counter attack, and Marino will also be covering in midfield too. And then on the bench, as you can see, not too many players. If those players are not fit, we won't have too many players. So at the moment, I have Tierney there, Zinchenko, players like Ben White, Nwaneri, Trossard, Sterling. But if we do end up missing Ben White there, we don't have enough players because Trossard now starts, and then our bench is basically left with Nwaneri and Sterling and maybe Tierney. So not too many options to choose from, but I'm not panicking. I'm not going with the back five or back six. Let's just park the bus at all. No. But at halftime, if you still have that 3-goal lead or even a 2-goal lead, pack it up. You play like what you did against Man City away from home. Just park the bus completely. Let's finish off the game. No need to attack. Obviously, you have to be professional. We can't be still 3-1 up in the 60th minute and then we're still just attacking. No, you have to be professional in the game. We did our job. In the Champions League, you need to win your home games. That is what I've always said since last season. You need to win your home games. You don't actually have to win your away games. As you beat these teams at home, you're good to go. You just need to win your home games. Like last season, we didn't win at Lons. We didn't win at that team was in our group. We didn't win at Lons. Basically, we didn't win at Bayern. We didn't win at FC Porto. There's another team that we didn't win away to. So yeah, you don't really need to win all your away games. You just need to win your home games and pick up good results, even a draw away from home. And against Madrid, if you go there and you draw, that's a good result. My prediction for the game, I was thinking 2-1 to Madrid, but I'm going to go with our defense being good. So I'm going to go for Real Madrid 1 draw. Let's go for it. 1-1 draw, absolutely amazing if that happens. Even if they beat us 2-1, as long as we go through, that will be that's fantastic. But I'll go with 1-1, and I will go with Saka to score. That is my prediction. Let me know your prediction. Let me know your starting lineup. How would you approach this game? Park the bus or play this exact same way we played in the first leg? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.